Most men lose their power the second they chase validation. This video reveals 5 flirting questions that make any woman instantly want you. You will see how women use subtle emotional cues to test your confidence, your control, and your value as a man. Each question you ask either builds desire or exposes weakness. Female psychology runs on silent assessment, and only men with emotional discipline pass those tests. Through Stoic detachment, you learn not to react, but to direct. You learn to guide attraction without showing need. These questions are not pickup lines. They are filters that reveal truth and flip the power dynamic back in your favor. When you understand relationship power dynamics, every word becomes leverage. When you stay calm, desire grows in silence. This is how you create tension without effort, connection without chasing, and attraction without losing control. You will speak less, mean more, and she will feel it. The question is, can you stay still while she breaks the silence first? Point number 1, the validation trap that makes her chase. Why do you hand over proof of your worth to a blinking screen at 2 a.m.? Why do you trade the quiet in the gym mirror for the noise of her reply? You wake to a message and your stomach tightens. You read the words like custody papers, like a verdict. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. That line sits in your head now, not as a slogan but as a weapon. It separates what you can move from what moves you. Imagine a Stoic centurion after a long march. He did not plead for approval from the crowd. He kept his posture. He felt the cold, then moved. Now picture a man in a cheap apartment. The bed is empty. The coffee is gone cold beside his phone. A notification pops up at 2 in the morning. He types, deletes, types again. He gives away his calm to get a warm word. He measures himself by the speed of her reply. He loses inches of himself each time. This pattern reveals itself in small tests. A joke that lands, then silence. A compliment returned with a question. She watches how you respond. She watches if you stumble for praise. You either steady or you break. Remember the soldier. He held the line under wind and rain. In our language, the line is a choice, not noise. The same rule applies when she tilts her head and waits. Think of a door that stays shut unless you stop banging. The banging makes you smaller. The steady knock makes the house open. You do not need to earn entry with explanations. So stop spinning for evidence. Stop explaining why you matter. Stop negotiating for warmth. Train your silence. Can you hold the quiet while your chest wants to speak? Next, I will give one question that flips the test. Learn the exact phrasing, the timing, and the look that makes her prove her interest. Point number 2, the silent test that sets the tone. When she first meets you, do you notice how she waits? How she lets silence stretch between words just long enough to see what you do with it. That is the silent test. Most men rush to fill it. They talk, explain, perform. They hand her the frame before the game even begins. You stand there, heart thumping, eyes locked, unsure if she likes you. You laugh too soon, compliment too early, talk too much. The moment you do, she knows. She knows you need her reaction to feel solid. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." That truth cuts deeper now than ever. The ancient world tested men through war and labor. Today, it tests you through silence, eye contact, and patience. Picture it. A man in a crowded bar, music low, air thick. She stares, waiting for him to move first. He takes a sip, keeps his calm. He lets the pause hang heavy. She shifts, unsure, now reacting to him. The silent test reveals everything. It shows if you are grounded or anxious, if you can command space without sound. A man who stays still builds gravity. A man who chases loses form. Every woman reads this energy before she speaks. She decides in those first quiet seconds if you are leading or following. Your tone, your breath, your stillness. Each signal speaks louder than words. She does not need you to impress her. She needs to feel your center. Do not rush to prove yourself. Do not break the silence that protects your power. Hold your frame. Let her feel the pause. Train your stillness. Can you let her speak first and mean every second of your silence? Next, we move to the curiosity anchor, the question that pulls her in without effort. without words doing the chasing. Point number 3. The curiosity anchor that draws her in. When was the last time you said less and made her lean closer? Most men try to win attention with noise. They throw compliments, jokes, and facts like darts in the dark. But the man who speaks with purpose builds pull. He makes her curious. You see it in small moments. A quiet smile, a delayed answer, a question that makes her pause before she speaks. That is the curiosity anchor. It is not a line. It is a rhythm. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." He meant that what you focus on shapes how you are seen. In the ancient world, calm speech signaled control. Men of power didn't fill space, they commanded it. Now think about today. A woman asks, "What are you thinking?" You look up, hold her gaze, and say, "You don't want to know yet." Then you look away. You've planted a question in her mind. She will chase that silence. She will start talking more to uncover it. Curiosity is not created by mystery. It's created by composure. When you speak slowly, when your words sound earned, people lean in. Your calm becomes an invitation. Your restraint becomes signal. This anchor works because it reverses the dynamic. You are not trying to enter her world. You make her step into yours. Every word should feel like it cost you something to say. That's what gives it weight. So stop oversharing. Stop trying to impress with stories. Stop explaining every thought. Speak less. Mean every line. Train your restraint. Can you create silence so powerful she fills it with her own curiosity? Next, we enter the contrast question. The shift that raises your value and forces her to see what other men never show. Point number 4. The contrast question that raises your value. Why do you blend in with men who beg to be noticed? Why do you ask safe questions, hoping she won't lose interest? That fear kills attraction before it starts. Women don't fall for words, they fall for the feeling behind them. The contrast question gives her that feeling. It separates you from every man she has met. It breaks her pattern of control. It shows you are not there to please, but to reveal. Seneca wrote, "To be everywhere is to be nowhere." He meant that scattered energy weakens presence. The same applies when you speak. If your words sound like every other man's, she stops listening. Picture it, a dim restaurant. She's laughing, but her eyes are scanning. You lean in slightly and ask, "Do you always let people think they know you this fast?" Silence. Her smile fades for half a second. Now she's the one thinking. You've flipped the power. The contrast question forces depth. It challenges, but softly. It tests her composure the same way she tested yours. It tells her you see through surface behavior. It makes her prove she's more than the mask she wears. Every man asks, "So what do you do?" You ask, "What makes you stay when things get hard?" That one question filters truth from noise. She will remember you because you made her feel seen, not entertained. This is the essence of value. Calm challenge, not loud validation. You lead through curiosity and pressure, not flattery. Stop talking to please. Start speaking to expose. Train your presence. Can you hold eye contact after the question lands and let her reveal herself first? Next, we move to the validation trap. The final test that decides who leads, who chases, and who walks away still in control. Point number 5. The controlled absence that builds desire. Why do you fear distance? Why do you rush to fill every gap with messages, calls, reassurance? You think constant contact builds closeness, but it only dissolves mystery. She cannot miss a man who never leaves. Controlled absence is not silence out of anger. It is space with purpose. It is a man reclaiming his energy so it can be felt again. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere you can go is more peaceful than your own soul." That is the center of this discipline. The ancients withdrew to strengthen their grip on self. Modern men withdraw to remember who they are beneath distraction. Picture this. She texts, "You've been quiet." You smile, phone face down. You're at the gym, sweat burning on your arms. You lift, breathe, and let the message wait. You are not ignoring her. You are anchoring yourself. That pause builds tension no words can replace. Absence sharpens value. It teaches her your attention must be earned, not scheduled. It forces her to reflect on what your presence feels like. The more she waits, the deeper that reflection goes. When you step back, you reset polarity. You remind both of you that peace is power. You create room for her to pursue, to question, to feel lack. Every man who fears space becomes noise. Every man who uses space becomes gravity. Stop explaining your silence. Stop apologizing for focus. Stop thinking connection dies without constant proof. Train your distance. Can you hold the void long enough for her to feel your absence instead of your attention? Next, you will learn how silence turns into influence, how stillness commands more than any performance ever could. You made it to the end, and that already says something about you. Most people scroll past the hard truths. You stayed, you listened, and that means you're ready to see women, yourself, and attraction through a different lens. What we talked about today wasn't just about flirting. It was about awareness, about learning how silence, restraint, and presence can shift how people feel around you. When you start using these tools, you stop chasing and start leading. If something in this video hit home, take a second to sit with it. Let it settle before you move on to the next thing. That's how real change starts, quietly, in reflection. I appreciate you for being here. This channel isn't about tricks or quick fixes. It's about building calm power together. If the message spoke to you, subscribe and like the video. It helps the message reach more men who need it. And I'd like to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Tell me which part made you rethink your approach or what challenge you're facing right now. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.